Hey there, I'm glad you stopped by. You need a little bit of guidance? I've got a little bit of time. I'm Erin, I'm Queen Bee Tarot, and I've got 3 decks to choose from. The first deck has a citrine crystal, and it's the Golden Art Nouveau deck. The second deck has a blue calcite crystal, or stone. I guess it's not really a crystal. And it's the Everyday Witch tarot deck. And pile 3 is a quartz crystal on top of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So take a couple deep breaths, see which deck you feel drawn to, and I'll see you at your reading. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the citrine crystal, and the deck that we're using today is the Golden Art Nouveau deck. It's really bright and colorful. Are you ready? So take a few deep breaths. Try and be at peace and imagine the question or topic you want to hear about, or you could just ask whatever the universe needs to show me. Whatever the universe needs to show me. Anything helpful, hopeful, necessary, or relevant. I'm going to do a little 4-card spread. All right. So we see that what you're going through right now is that you're really guarded because you've gone through a lot of disappointments. You have every reason to have closed off your heart. You've got a lot to be sad about, that's for sure. But you know what we didn't notice at first? This is the 5 of Cups, and you know, this person's feeling really dark and heavy because of their disappointments. But there's also a couple of cups that haven't been spilled. There is stuff to be grateful for. It just takes work, it takes effort. So take what you've learned with you, use it. There's a reason you've learned these things, but also choose wisely so that eventually, one day in trusted company, you can let your guard down. The other 2 cards we have for you, we have the 4 of Pentacles and the Temperance card. So here we see someone who really has pulled back their energy, keeping life simple, keeping their circle, really small. And in this picture, we see someone who's regained their health, regained their stability, their grounding, their footing, and they're in a really good place. And as a result of being in a really good place, they don't want anybody to take it away. And the Temperance card shows that with careful effort, using intuition represented by water, little baby steps, and grounding represented by the path, you will find the gold at the end of the rainbow, or your hoped for reality. It's all about trusting yourself to create a new reality nice and slow. So the advice is don't rush into anything. Keep your eyes wide open. And as much as you can, be connected to spirit or your higher power or any other way of feeling tuned in and being able to see things clearly. Trust your heart, trust your intuition, and you can create something completely different. The old is gone and the new is yours to create, one step at a time. Trust yourself. I'll see you next time. Hey pile 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose the blue calcite stone, the deck that we're going to be working with today is the Everyday Witch deck. I've been using this one a lot for the daily readings. So go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Try and center yourself, be at peace. A couple more really deep breaths. And imagine in your head the question that you have or a topic you want to explore. And maybe you might want to ask anything the universe wants to tell me right now. Your higher power. Anything you need to hear. All right, so we had a jumper card come out first, and it's the 6 of Swords. A 6 of Swords represents coming out of the dark night of the soul. That your mental health is gradually improving, but you need to continue the momentum and the healthy habits that you've established. This is not a time to slip back into old ways. See how this person is looking behind them? Leave the past in the past. You're on your way to something new. And if you're driving a car with your eyes on the rearview mirror, you're going to crash. So eyes ahead, look at the future, keep going where you're going, don't turn back. Here's your reading. We've got the Page of Swords, which represents approaching with curiosity, and in the theme of what it is that you're doing in your life. You're figuring things out, you're on a new direction, there's fire, there's passion, there's stability, and there's also a certain element of healthy level of selfish. You got to look after yourself. This is not the time to distract yourself. And you do need to approach things with curiosity. Like, yeah, you've been, around, you've learned a lot of stuff, but this is a situation where you have to kind of either relearn or unlearn. So don't pretend you know everything. Stay open to guidance and learn as much as you can in the books. Be a young student. And what's coming out of it is healing and the gold at the end of the rainbow. For a while you haven't necessarily known where things are going to end up. You're confused, you're lost, you're frustrated, but one step at a time you're going to get where you need to go. The way that you're focusing inwards and healing yourself is bringing about a chapter for you of true deep healing, where you feel in tune with the universe, your intuition, and you're really in a good place of being peaceful. So when you decide to open your circle and, share peace with other people, make sure to choose your company wisely. Be mindful of the energy that you give and be mindful of the energy that you receive. There is a sense of completion and happiness and achievement, but definitely remember, one step at a time, and this too will manifest the way that you imagine it. See you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose this cute little quartz crystal. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Anyways, the deck that we're going to be using today is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the original one. And what I'll invite you to do is take some really deep breaths. Try and clear your mind. See if you can be at peace. Just nice, deep breaths. Maybe even hold that breath. And when you feel comfortable, imagine the topic or the question you want to think about. Or if you don't have any question, you can just ask whatever it is that you need to hear right now. We're going to do a quick little reading. Oops. Interesting. So the cards that jumped out, this one is Suffering in Silence. This one is the Lover's card, but I don't want to get censored. There's a little bit of nakedness in that. We have the Sun, which is joy and new beginnings, and the Chariot, which is change and momentum. But up here, we have a sense that there's arguing, there's disagreements, there's not seeing eye to eye, and logically we can't explain the uneasy feeling. The Seven of Wands is the uneasy feeling, a sense that maybe we have this instinct that we want to set boundaries, we want to push back, we're not really sure. When we're rushed into things, this person is standing over water. Water represents emotions. This person is wearing two different shoes. Why would they be wearing two different shoes? Because they got rushed into defending themselves. We do not make good decisions when we feel rushed into timing, whether it is a sales pitch or a manipulative person or something like that. If you're rushed into making a decision, and your emotions have been triggered, that's a red flag, right? And then we see in the future someone who has created their own reality by not chasing or not getting caught up in the chase. The snail represents taking things slowly. The 6 is a healthy balance. The 3 is creating our own reality. And this person, number 9, represents like the hermit being alone. If you have a dilemma where you were like good on your own, but somebody has convinced you that like they're your soulmate or something like that, I don't know, man, there's some sort of a red flag. If your intuition is going off, if you really can't put your finger on it and your stress is keeping you up at night, or your anxiety is really like taking a toll on you, things aren't always what they seem, right? So in tarot, these major arcana cards represent a karmic theme at play. The karmic theme of the Lover's card is to find someone who does not mirror you, someone who balances you. The karmic theme of the Sun card is that new beginnings come after endings. Are we seeing a true reflection of a new beginning, or are we seeing a repeating pattern? It's important to take a step back and get as much clarity as you can and follow the light. Make sure that you follow what feels good to you. If in your body, in your soul, in your mind, something doesn't feel good, that's a red flag too. And then the Chariot is all about a healthy balance. This is where we don't see mirroring. We see, dark and light. We see someone who has found their own balance because they have done shadow work and light work. True momentum, healthy momentum moving forwards has really checked a lot of boxes that include being honest, being aware, and trusting our intuition. So as your life plays out, if something or someone makes you feel crazy and there's an intuitive sense that you can't put your finger on, pay attention to that. Again, if you feel rushed into something, pay attention to that. And if you feel really, really good when you're alone, pay attention to that. I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks for being here, and I will see you next time.